There's an underrated affiliate traffic source that has quietly dominated on ClickBank this year. I'm talking about native ads. Check this out. Inside of ClickBank's own traffic data, native ads currently sit at number 2 in total sales over the last 4 months on our platform, and it has the highest earnings per click of any traffic source in our rankings. This has never happened before. Native ads have even surpassed other affiliate marketing channels that used to dominate, including organic, email, Google ads, and even YouTube ads. So, if you're a media buyer affiliate tired of account shutdowns, expensive cost per clicks, and confusing ad policies, or if you're a new affiliate looking for the best paid traffic channel to get started with, native ads plus ClickBank offers just might be what you're looking for. In this video, I'll reveal everything: how to find a ClickBank offer for native ads and earn up to $120 per sale in commission, why the native ads channel is exploding, and how you can get $500 in ad credit to start running native ads for free. By the way, I'm Daniel Thrasher, Senior Content Manager here at ClickBank, and I've talked with hundreds of top media buyer affiliates on ClickBank. Now let's dive in. So first things first, what the heck are native ads? Well, if you've ever read an article on a news site or scrolled on a content-based app like NewsBreak, then you've probably seen these ads even if you didn't realize it. Native ads are digital ads that blend in with the content around them. The goal with these ads isn't to scream "buy now," it's simply to spark enough curiosity to get the click or tap, then guide the user toward a product they can purchase in a way that feels natural. Think about it. When you're on a search engine like Google or an AI search tool like Perplexity, you're already looking for something specific. And then on a site like Facebook, you're just mindlessly scrolling through your friends' posts. But with native, you're reading an article with curiosity. In other words, you're in learning mode, so you're totally open to additional eye-catching content that might teach you a thing or two. That's why the funnel looks completely different for native. I'll dive more into this 4-step native ads funnel in a bit, but first, let's talk about why native ads are working so well for top ClickBank offers right now. So there are 3 big reasons why native ads are crushing it with affiliate products on ClickBank right now. The first reason is broad reach. We've got platforms like NewsBreak, Taboola, Outbrain. They reach over 500 million people daily. That is a massive audience for ClickBank's best-selling product categories. Second reason is it's easy to set up and support. We have horror stories from all kinds of affiliates dealing with compliance issues on Meta or Google, YouTube, but native ad platforms often have much better support and fewer compliance hurdles. Yeah, you can actually talk to a rep who wants to help you. Crazy, right? And then number 3, we have scalability. When you find a winning campaign, you can duplicate it across several devices, operating systems, and even countries quickly. Now yes, native does need a bigger test budget than other ad networks. We recommend setting aside at least $500 to $1,000 for testing, or at least 10 times the average payout of your chosen affiliate product. But here's the good news. ClickBank just partnered with NewsBreak to create a comprehensive native ads course for affiliate marketing inside of our education platform, Spark by ClickBank. So if you sign up and take this course, you'll receive a $500 ad credit from NewsBreak to get started with native ads. That's a real test budget for native ads on the house. We'll drop that link to the course below if you want to check it out. Pick the right ClickBank offer for native ads. Now, before you run a single ad, you need to find the right offer to promote. On native, the name of the game is mass appeal, products that virtually anyone may be interested in. I've taken the liberty of collecting the top 5 native-friendly product categories or niches on ClickBank, and they are health and fitness, spirituality and manifestation, self-help, e-business and e-marketing, and home and garden. The good news is it's not that hard to find affiliate products in these categories because they all tend to show up on the first few pages of ClickBank's marketplace. Let me show you. So in the ClickBank Marketplace listing, which in this case is the loss generators, you're gonna see a button over on the side here that says View Affiliate Page. That is sometimes called an affiliate tools page in our industry parlance. But I'm gonna click through and you're gonna see it's basically just a list of goodies that can help you market and promote the product better. So in this case, the loss generator is talking about how you'll be able to get 80% for front-end sale, and you can even get a bump in commissions with all this. It outlines the upsell flow so you can understand why you'll make more money with this product. And then here, we've got the list of all the different things that they provide. The thing I'm most interested in this case, first I'm gonna jump down to the demographic data, and you can actually have a starting point for a native campaign because you can see what they recommend based on their own research and spend for targeting. So you can see the age for male or female is 35 plus, and it converts roughly equally for male and female. They tell you which geos that you should focus on: USA, UK, Canada, Australia. They actually tell you if you wanna get as specific as devices that you should focus focus on mobile first, and then tablet, and desktop as the third. And then lastly, and the thing that I think is most important, is you can see the traffic types that they think this will convert with, and you can see them actually all out native right here among other options like Facebook, email, YouTube, and TikTok. So that is a good sign that this offer has a good chance of converting on native ads. And then the other thing I wanted to call out on this particular one is the email swipes that they provide. So this is essentially things that they've tested that would give you a great head start for angles, hooks, and the visuals or creative that you're gonna need to successfully promote the product. Now, compare all of this to the prevailing wisdom in the organic marketing realm, which is to niche way down. For native, that's not gonna work. You have to skip the super niche stuff like piano lessons or fly fishing lures. These may all be great products, but they're terrible for native because again, you need to have a product that will work for basically anyone. Step 2, how to create a high converting native ad. Okay, now that you know your product and you know how to target the right audience, you're gonna need to create an ad that gets conversions. Before we start, remember that the audience is consuming content on a website or on an app and they're in info-seeking mode. So if you want to move them from casually reading an article all the way to buying your recommended affiliate product in a single sitting, then a native advertisement has 3 jobs. First, grab attention. Second, spark curiosity. And 3, get the click. Let's break that down. The image or video you use in your ad is called a creative, and its role is to stop the scroll. Transformation photos, unusual visuals, or intriguing faces work great to catch the user's eye. Here are some actual examples on NewsBreak's website. So to produce your creatives, you can try Unsplash or Pexels for free images to source for them. You can use Canva for quick edits, and you can even use AI tools like Midjourney or ChatGPT to generate visuals for you. For the loss generator, I would go to their affiliate tools page for some inspiration. I can see their email swipes and then brainstorm on my own or ask an AI tool like ChatGPT to recommend some angles and matching images to go with them. In my case, ChatGPT suggested a few interesting ones. The 100-year-old secret / Edison's lost invention angle, the energy independence and sticking it to big energy angle, the survival or preparedness for blackouts angle, which is what I'm gonna focus on in this video, and affordability, under $200, and simplicity. So we already got some great angles just by asking ChatGPT to take the email swipes provided by the seller and give us some suggestions on where we can go from there. Then we can look at actual example headlines that ChatGPT suggested as well. One of them is homeowners are rushing to get this before the next grid failure, which I will be using. We have the 100-year-old Edison invention power companies want buried. We have a $200 trick that keeps your lights on when everyone else is in the dark. And then we have some image ideas that it suggested. Basically coming up with like a candlelit living room during a blackout, storm clouds over a suburban street, and a close-up of a vintage light bulb that's glowing in darkness. Static images are one option, but you can also create video creatives that run typically 30 to 90 seconds in length. That is a whole other ballgame, but if you want a tutorial on how to come up with image and video creatives, just comment below and we can add it to our content team's list of topics. The second is the headline. The headline of your ad provides crucial context for what someone is gonna learn and why they should click. My main rule for this is to lead with curiosity, not hype. For the loss generator, I used ChatGPT to pull from the angles found in the loss generator's email swipes and come up with some headlines based on those angles I mentioned earlier, like homeowners are rushing to get this before the next grid failure, the 100-year-old Edison invention power companies want buried, a $200 trick that keeps your lights on when everyone else is in the dark. Note that this headline or title is different than the one you're gonna use on your landing page. We'll get to that in a minute. And then number 3, you have a call to action or CTA. As a rule of thumb, the call to action learn more beats buy now every time on native. Remember, your audience is starting in info mode at the point where they see your ad. And the whole idea of a native ad is that it blends in with the other articles that they might choose to click and read. So your call to action should appear educational to serve them where they're at. Here's a preview of one of my ads promoting the loss generator that I created based on all of the stuff I just shared. Once you've got the right person's attention, and they've clicked your ad, you're ready for the next step, the landing page. Step 3, creating a landing page for native ads. Okay, here is where native ads shine, the landing page, sometimes called an affiliate bridge page. That's because this page literally bridges the gap between curiosity and conversion. Remember that 4-step simple funnel from earlier? Here's the thing, you can't expect someone in learning mode to immediately click and buy. That's why we recommend a landing page format called the advertorial, which is designed to look a lot like the articles someone was just reading, but geared toward promoting your chosen affiliate product. Here is a simple landing page recipe for your native ads to point users at. First, an educational intro. Second, empathy with the problem. 3, hint at the solution. And 4th, CTA to the offer page. I have this landing page that I started for Loss Generator. I used the advertorial format as a template that was built into a ClickBank Accelerator. So it's super easy to get started with this. It's a simple landing page flow. You just have a hero section with your big headline. You have a sub headline that reiterates the benefit. You have a story section, which is a short version of the Edison buried invention narrative, possibly rewritten a little bit for compliance. And then a benefits list. Remember, from the swipes that they provided, where you can talk about no blackouts, saving on energy bills, it runs quietly, it's easy to build, all of those cool things. And then you have a CTA button or just an image which says watch the video, and it directs the visitor to the vendor's pitch page or VSL. You can buy your domain and build a landing page for native ads very quickly with ClickBank Accelerator, our own funnel builder tool designed for affiliates. And thankfully, you don't need any web design or coding experience, which is perfect for me. You can check out Accelerator in the description to learn more. And then step 4 is to launch your first campaign. Okay, now comes the fun part, launching your first campaign. As an affiliate marketer, you have a world of great native ad networks at your disposal. You have NewsBreak, which we've mentioned, you have AdsKeeper, you have Taboola, you have Outbrain, you have MGID, you have Rev Content, and I'm sure the list goes on. In this case, I'm gonna show you specifically how to get started with NewsBreak. Now, why them? Well, aside from the incredible $500 ad credit that NewsBreak is offering ClickBank affiliates like you, we recommend NewsBreak because they're both the publisher and the native ad network. This means they have first-party users signed into their app, so you get rich targeting data and an algorithm boost that other networks just don't have. But with that said, you can follow along with any native ad network you choose. So the first thing you're gonna do is create an account on the native ad network you chose if you don't already have one. For NewsBreak, that URL is admanager.newsbreak.com. In NewsBreak, you're gonna go add a payment method under billing and also set up event tracking with the pixel or postback feature. ClickBank has a sales integration that makes this super easy. We'll link to that training in the description, but it's basically gonna look like this on the NewsBreak side and this on the ClickBank side. Now we can create a campaign for our chosen affiliate product. A good rule of thumb for your campaign structure is 1 campaign per affiliate product, and then under that, at least 2 ad sets, 1 for images, 1 for videos, and then at least 3 to 5 ads per ad set. In my case, the ad set that I created for the Loss Generator was focused on just image ads and the angle of blackout. So all of the headlines were the same, but I was testing some of those different creatives that I mentioned earlier, with the idea being, let's find out if the blackout angle works, and if so, which of the ads within this angle is performing the best. And then from here, we should be able to iterate on the headline once we see a creative that's working well. So real quick, I want to show you what it looks like to create an ad inside of the NewsBreak platform. So you're going to go to create ad over here. You also need to have had set up a campaign, which remember is targeting just a specific affiliate product. And then on an ad set, which I already mentioned, is going to be focused on a set of images, a set of videos, and ideally is focused around a specific angle. And then at the ad level, you'll test individual headlines or creatives. So I select all that. I'm gonna call this Loss Gen and then vintage light bulb as an example. And then we'll go to here. We have an ad format. I'm just gonna choose a single image and make that an image ad. I actually created a website, this called Suburban Survivor, and I'm gonna grab a logo that I already built in Canva for this purpose. That's a little lightning bolt, which again follows that theme of the brand name, and it also follows the theme of a blackout angle. And then I created the landing page, so I'm gonna grab that whole thing. And I didn't get super deep into the event tracking stuff, but just note that there's a macro associated with the NewsBreak side, and it's gonna need to communicate with your tracking ID on the ClickBank side. It'll populate dynamically once that ad is live, and we just need to make sure that that's tied to your hop link on the ClickBank side. From here, I had the title that I had chosen was homeowners are rushing to get this before the next grid blackout, for example. And then description, be safe the next time the power goes out, something to that effect. And then we can grab one of the CTAs. I can choose learn more, because as we remember, that often does well when it's talking to someone in info seeking mode. And then you can upload the image, or if you already have it uploaded, you can choose from the library. I have created a horizontal image of a vintage light bulb that I like for this. And then you can see all of that equals this is how it would appear in the middle of a feed. So basically when someone's scrolling on mobile, you would see your ad show up like this. You can also see it show up inside of an article or at the end of an article as a comment ad. You have all that. Hopefully that gives you a good sense of what the process of actually building that out looks like. There's obviously more to discuss if you didn't talk about targeting on the campaign level and all that other stuff, but hopefully that gives you a good starting point. So outside of that, you'll probably want to start by setting broad targeting unless you're pretty clear about the targeting that you need for your product. And let's talk budget briefly. For the learning phase where you're testing whether this is working, we recommend $100 a day. And I know that sounds like a lot, but again, there is an ad credit to help get you started. And the whole point of a successful campaign is that you're actually bringing in more money in sales of the affiliate product than you're spending in your ads. So this is a really good way to get a good head start on that. You'll also want to use the max conversions bid type so that algorithm on NewsBreak or your chosen native ad network knows that what you're going for is conversions. And then lastly, I'll just leave you with a quick scaling tip. After you've hit 20 to 30 conversions, you should scale by increasing your budget 30 to 50% every 48 hours, as long as you're seeing your return on ad spend or ROAS close to 1.0, which is break even. All right, so obviously we've covered a lot in this video, but I hope this gives you a fantastic starting point for your native ad campaigns. We've seen that native ads are exploding on ClickBank for a reason. They represent a fresh and scalable traffic source with huge potential. Plus, with the brand new Spark native ads affiliate training and $500 in free NewsBreak ad credit, you can test native out as a traffic channel for yourself without risking your own hard-earned dollars. This is an incredible opportunity to test out a paid affiliate traffic strategy. The question is, are you gonna grab it? Hope to see you in the ClickBank marketplace very soon. Happy scaling.